How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be discussing the pricing of the upcoming Lowrider DLC update, and we're going to be basing this off quite a few things from some of the vehicles that are already in the game, you know, the customizations that we already have, and are kind of comparing that to what we know so far in this upcoming Lowriders update to kind of give you guys an estimate of the pricing we can expect to see for this Lowriders update. Now, when we think about this upcoming DLC, it's based around the Lowriders theme, you know, the whole process of buying a cheap car, I guess you could say, and then pimping it out until it's, you know, more of an expensive type of vehicle. And that's kind of the theme around this. You know, these vehicles that are coming with this update, we don't really expect them to cost too much, you know, based around especially what we already have in game. I believe one of the most expensive ones is the Vapid Chino, costing around $225,000. Then we have things like the Primo that, you know, in the game is $9,000 right now, but we do know that we're getting a different version of that. We have things like the Peyote and the Buccaneer, you know, judging from their sale price, they're very, very cheap vehicles as well. But I think like the more expensive vehicles are going to be the new ones, things like the Moonbeam, which is that huge minivan. You know, Rockstar do that to push prices quite a lot. It's probably going to cost like $100,000 plus. Same thing for the Faction as well. They're probably going to try and push that price as much as they can. But you know, in general, these vehicles, they're not going to cost too much. But what's really going to get you guys is the customization prices. They are going to be through the roof. Now, not only that, of course, many of us out there, I'm pretty sure most of us out there, are going to be buying a brand new property as well, of course, you know, with the addition of the 4th apartment slot. Most of us are going to be purchasing one of those high-end apartments. So we're looking at, you know, $350,000, $400,000 out of our pocket already just for the 4th apartment. And, you know, that's, you know, excluding everything that's already coming with this. So, you know, with that alone, when you fully customize the vehicle in-game right now, you're looking at around $200,000, I believe, to $300,000 plus, depending on what you want to customize. If you wanted to add like chrome rims, which not many people do actually put on, you know, chrome rims alone cost $80,000, which is a huge chunk onto customizing. Some of these paint jobs even costing upwards of $40,000 to $60,000 to paint the car how you want it, you know, with the pearlescent and the metallic mixes. Maybe you want one of those brand new golden colors on your car and stuff like that. So depending on how you customize the car, you're looking at least around, you know, 150, maybe 200, to around 300 to around 350 already in the game, just for customizing one of the vehicles that you want to customize. So, you know, with that alone, that is a huge price tag, you know, just for customizing. That is still a lot of money to spend. So with this brand new DLC update, not only can we customize what's already there, we can customize things like, you know, your engine block with covers and air filters. You can coat your interiors with Vela, leather and patterns. You know, you have all of that interior customization going on. You have, you know, the colors and the designs for your dials. You know, you have steering wheels that you can now customize with chains and stuff like that. You know, hydraulics alone, as you all know, hydraulics is coming. You can bet that's going to cost at least $50,000 to $100,000, and there's different tiers of it as well. I believe you can purchase like more powerful pumps. Probably the more powerful pumps may cost more than $100,000 or upwards to $200,000. You know what Rockstar's like? They're going to put a price tag on that hydraulic option. And just from all of that stuff alone, you know, interior customization, exterior customization with the designs and the patterns and the decals and stuff like that, you can bet that a lot of those options alone are probably going to cost $100,000 to $150,000 just per some of those options. So when fully customizing a vehicle like that in that way, you know, judging from, you know, if you're going to add all of the previous options, the armor, the brakes, the turbo, plus all of this other stuff, you're probably going to be looking at something upwards to the $1 million mark just for customizing one vehicle. Because once again, you have all of the previous options that you need to purchase, and on top of all of that, with all of this new stuff coming, it really is going to take a chunk out of your wallet for customizing you know, some of these vehicles. And that's where the main price tag is going to come from. It's mainly going to be from customizing. You know, once again, these vehicles aren't really kind of cost too much to purchase. You know, you have, once again, I believe it's around 6 vehicles or 7 vehicles or something that you can actually customize in the workshop. You know, I think there's a lot of them already confirmed, like the Peyote, the Buccaneer, the Clean Voodoo. I believe we have, you know, once again, the Primo, the Faction, the Moonbeam, stuff like that. And they are really not going to cost you much. It's mainly going to be the customization options, especially some of those kind of vintagey kind of gold decals that we've seen on some of the outsides of vehicles, you know, the gold rims and stuff like that. as you all know, when Rockstar add gold and stuff into the game, they put a heavy price tag on that. You know, from the ill-gotten gains you guys have seen, some of the golden vehicles, they cost a bombshell. But once again, it's going to be based around how you customize your vehicles, how you enjoy customizing them. Of course, some customizations that probably cost a lot, you're probably not going to be purchasing because some of you out there may not like them compared to others and that kind of thing, which I think is really the great part about this DLC update. There's a lot more variety for us to actually spend our money on, rather than there being this one vehicle that costs $1 million and then you have to spend another 300, 400,000 maybe customizing that vehicle. It's more of the vehicles are going to cost less and the customization is in bulk this time, meaning there's a lot more things to customize, and the customization is going to cost more than the vehicles themselves. So I think that's a great thing. If I had to guess, I'd probably say that the vehicles alone are probably going to cost maybe around $500,000 to $600,000 at max for all of the vehicles combined. Of course, then we have the customizations, probably around pushing the $1 million mark, maybe even more, maybe just a little bit less, depending on what you want to customize for each vehicle. Of course, we have the apartment, once again being around the $350,000 to $400,000 if you want to buy a high-end apartment. The guns themselves or the new weapons, they ain't going to cost too much, probably around 20 to 25 at max. For both the machine pistol and the machete, probably less than that. The clothing, you can expect to see, these clothing, there's nothing really too expensive about them, the way they look anyway. Probably default pricing for the clothing, looking at around 7,000 to 8,000 per item maybe. And in general, this DLC, if you really wanted to go all out, it's probably going to take a huge chunk out of your wallet once again, with the main focus being around that customization. And let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section down below. I wanted this to be more of a kind of open discussion video with you guys because, once again, this is just the estimates that I think is going to be in the game, judging from what we already have, judging, from what we've seen. It's kind of what I'm expecting at least to be seeing in terms of pricing for this update. So with that being said, guys, be sure to leave a like on the video, help support the channel. Your support, of course, is always greatly appreciated on the channel, especially if you are an active subscriber. Quick update on the giveaway. The winner was actually announced yesterday on the Gleam website, and the winner was Eric B, who was the 2,295th entry. But do not worry, guys. I've actually hit him up on Twitter, and he hasn't responded yet. I'm going to hit him up through email as well. Hopefully, he does respond. And if he doesn't respond within 7 days, I'll announce another winner that will be shown on the website again, and someone else will get chosen. But once again, not to worry, I am doing another giveaway once again for the lack of giveaways that I've had on the channel throughout the entirety. And considering the DLC is around the corner, we're going to be hosting another giveaway, this time being 2 whale shark cards, which is $3.5 million in GTA 5. So this time there's going to be 2 winners. Both of you guys, of course, will get the $3.5 million on the console that you are on. And of course, if you do win, I'll hit you up on Twitter. I'll follow you on Twitter as well. And I'll also hit you up through the email that you use on the website as well. So if you want to enter that, link it down in the description down below. Good luck to everybody. And as always, hope you all did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.